Buffalo Bills versus Carolina Panthers. Panthers 7-point home cats. Huh? How about that? Home cats. 7-point home cats. Over under set at 46.5. Buffalo, 2 really bad games. So, I mean, can we count the Saints? Can we say 3 really bad games in a row? And then going into a bye. Did the bye fix it? Let's see. Before we get into that, let's hit Bob here real quick. He says, Keenan, Dobbs, also Pitts or Fannin for PPR. Thanks. Keenan and Pitts for me this week. Ethan?
Keenan, Dobbs, and Pitts, 2 of the 3.
So I think he's saying pick one of the 2 receivers and one of the 2 tight ends. So Keenan, Dobbs, and then Pitts or Fannin.
Okay, yeah.
PPR.
Fannin and Keenan.
Yeah, I'd go Keenan and Fannin as well. I'm a big Fannin guy.
And Njoku out, I do believe. I think.
Yes.
Could be wrong.
Yeah. 3 Keenans. So I like that a lot. I'm only on Pitts this week because they're against the Dolphins, and then the Browns are against the Patriots. So that's totally matchup based for me. I like Fannin way more than I like Pitts. But yeah, let's go to Wyatt first, man. Break down your Cats versus Buffalo.
Yeah, I mean, Carolina won 3 in a row. Is that the first time they've done that in 10 years? They tried every way possible to lose that Jets game, and the Jets still suck. So, yeah, 3 in a row, good job. But I still don't think it's fantastic for them. They're 4-3 now in the year. Again, probably their first winning season through 7 weeks or 8 weeks in God knows when. And Buffalo, like you said, 2 losses in a row, 3 not so great games in a row. I think this is a great bounce back game for Buffalo. And I usually don't bet against Carolina, but I'm going to go back to Buffalo. Just a good game to get confidence back. So I'll take them at the -7.
Yeah, for me, this is just a very easy pass game. I don't buy much into Buffalo's 2 losses because I really think they had that massive comeback win against the Ravens before the Ravens were not good in week 1. And then they played the Jets, the Dolphins, 2 very easy opponents that they beat both of them. I know the Dolphins was tough, but 2 divisional games. Saints, Patriots before they were really much better, and then the Falcons in a tough spot for them. I almost feel like the Bills were just kind of like coasting after that Ravens win. Kind of saw weak schedule ahead of them, and I don't know. I just felt like they weren't really putting their best on the field. And then 2 losses with the bye. You would think Buffalo would bounce back, but the reason I can't play Buffalo, I really worry about their run defense. And Carolina's been just such a good running team sneakily the last 2 seasons. Obviously, we've seen Dowdle go off the last few weeks, Chuba Hubbard all last year. Looks like Dowdle, it looks like he kind of took over the job when both guys were active last week. Dowdle got the bulk. So, I fear for Buffalo's run defense. That being said, they did have the bye to potentially patch that a little bit. Like Wyatt said, Carolina off 3 straight wins, so I don't know if you can find much value there. Andy Dalton in for Bryce Young, where typically I would look for the injured quarterback theory. But, a full half of that is you're getting the adjusted line based on the quarterback that's not as big of a drop-off. They didn't even adjust this line for Andy Dalton from Bryce Young. So you're losing half of the reason why we like to bet that. The other half being the team steps up in that player's absence. But, yeah, I just don't see it being a true injured player theory this week. So it's a pretty easy pass for me. I can make argument for both sides. But I guess I do have to give a side. So I will lean with Buffalo.
Quick question. You said that one part of the side didn't matter, right? Because they didn't adjust the line. If the assistant manager at your local Subway calls in, do they make your sandwich better?
Some places, maybe.
Some places, maybe. Yeah, I love your coasting analogy and your thought there because I think that's true too. Sometimes you trip yourself up, right? I think their balls got a little bit too big. They got a little bit too front heavy, tripped up over themselves a little bit. Thought they were just going to walk all over the Saints.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they're going to whop the Saints. Yeah, and that 7 line is scary, but I just think at the end of the day, the Bills, after that bye and after a couple losses, They looked bad. They looked really bad in prime time against the Falcons. Josh Allen played bad. This isn't just, the Falcons came in, beat them, which absolutely they were in a bad spot, but Buffalo did not make it any easier on themselves. They just kept shooting themselves in the foot. I think that Allen plays better here. And I think the Panthers, they've been looking a lot better. Their defense has played better. He's talked about their run game, but this is still the Panthers. That defense is still not very good. So give me Josh Allen to go in to Carolina and get the win too. So that's going to be a round of Buffalo for all three of us. And then, guys, the Jets. We have to talk about them this week as much as none of us want to. But the Jets are playing the Bengals, and the Bengals are 6.5-point home favorites. Over-under set at 44.5. There's really one guy I can throw this to. That has to be Ethan.
Puke in the mouth game of the week.
You're singing for a vomit!
They're so bad, bro.
So honestly, a bit of a tougher week to pick the puke in the mouth game of the week. So I just default to the Jets because they're really bad. Thank God I did not bet their win total over. I really strongly considered that this season, but luckily didn't do it. I'll make this one fairly short, fairly easy. I think the only thing you could do here is play the Jets because the Bengals are going to be at their absolute peak right now as long as Burrow's out after that Thursday night win where everyone was watching against the fraud Steelers. So I just don't think there's any value taking the Bengals. I think the 6.5 line screams take the Jets in the spot. I think Bengals are going to be very public. Also, be fearful, Bengals, because Aaron Glenn said he's not going to tell who's starting, Tyrod Taylor or Justin Fields, doesn't want to give the Bengals an advantage by telling who their starting quarterback is. It's Tyrod Taylor.
Sleeper announced it. Did you guys get the notification? Sleeper did it, and then I got the one about Aaron Glenn like the next day or a couple hours later. I'm not joking.
Yeah, that's really sneaky of you, Aaron Glenn. That's going to win you a game right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, newsflash, it is Tyrod Taylor starting. Injured quarterback theory. Tyrod, no worse than Justin Fields. So I think the only way you can do this is play the Jets or pass. I'm not playing the Jets, so I am passing. But I do lean the Jets.
Yeah, you said it pretty much all for me, so I'll keep this one short. I'm not going to bet the Jets again because this team is ass. They're 0-7. I said preseason that I don't know if they're going to win a game, and that's looking pretty good at the moment. Usually if you take a team on the spread, you think they can win, and I don't think the Jets win this game, but it's simply a fade off of Cincy, like Ethan said, off of a really good win. They now have some life for potentially when Joe comes back, which will be December sometime. So I think people would be jumping all over Cincy and seeing how bad the Jets played last week. I think you have to give out the Jets, but I'm not going to put any real money on this crap-ass team.
Crap-ass. I mean, we might have already had the Jets season highlight of Aaron Glenn running down the sideline with all that swag. Like, that actually might be the highlight of the Jets season. And the Jets defense looked so bad last week that people said that was the Bengals defense. Oh wait, they're playing each other this week. I'm completely with these two guys too. I do not want to take the Jets. The Jets have been so bad, but they're absolutely the side here at plus 6.5. Also feel like I should note Bengals against the Steelers last Thursday night. I believe 5.5-point dogs swing around the next week. Now they're 6.5-point favorites. That's a huge swing for another team in the NFL that isn't incredibly banged up. They just have a couple guys that have been sucking. Mason Taylor, Breece Hall this week. Put them in your lineups.
Don't hate it. I'm a Mason Taylor nut.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. I think the book's got the quarterback Joes mixed up on this line here.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Joe's back. Joe's in Cincinnati. Oh, okay. 6.5.
Now it makes sense.
Last names mean a lot.
Yeah. Let's talk about the San Francisco 49ers heading to Houston to face the Texans. San Fran, Wyatt called it, coming off a very impressive win against Atlanta. Houston, coming off a disappointing loss on, I believe that was Monday Night Football. Now they're 1.5-point home favorites, Over-under's at 41.5. Why? I kind of feel like we have to do what we did with San Fran last week, right? Take the ugly line, take Houston minus the 1.5. I don't know. Last week I said San Fran's too banged up. There's no way they can beat the Falcons, and you called it, dude. They beat them handily. So Houston, they had what is it, 3 turnovers plus 3 in the turnover battle and still lost, and like it hadn't been done.
Defensive touchdown.
No. Yeah. And like a team that's done that hasn't lost by that much before. So give me the Texans in a bounce back here. What do you think, man?
Yeah, there's a correct betting side, and then there is a winner. Last week, there was a lot of correct betting sides, and they all lost. So the correct 100% is the Texans. That's the right betting side. Are the Texans ass? Yes.
Yes.
Do I hate the Texans? Yes. Is San Fran back? Probably. They have Purdy. Looks like he's probably going to get back in the lineup. And you still have the Texans as a favorite. So there's 100% a right betting side here. Is that going to win? If it's last week, no. But I can't shift my – well, I probably should have last year. I should have shifted public because public dominated. But, yeah, I mean, San Fran's going to be the public's best bet this weekend. And, yeah, I got to say what I think is sharp. And, again, didn't work last week, but I can't get off my tactics. So give me Houston, and I'll probably freaking bet it.
I hate it, and I love Houston. I love Houston, and I absolutely hate it. But I said, was it on maybe 2 weeks ago on this show or maybe on one of our lives? I said I was going to have to fade San Fran as soon as Purdy comes back, and unfortunately it's probably going to have to be against Houston. And, yeah, if Purdy's back, I mean, I'm absolutely going to have to take Houston. How in the world are they favorites? 2-4 against a 5-2. If anyone's watched Houston, dude, that offense is like torture. Like if you were a prisoner overseas and or way south of here and you were just getting tortured, they just throw on CJ Stroud, especially once Nico Collins got hurt.
Right.
Just absolutely brutal, dude. That O-line is so trash. The one thing they have going for them, though, their defense is really good. Yeah. And to me, they didn't pass the eye test early in the year, but we've now had enough games under our belt where my eyes were just probably deceiving me because they do have a good defense here. You're getting the better defense at home, basically a pick 'em price. The line is telling you where, like Wyatt said, the right side is. It's got to be Houston. And I do think – so I actually liked San Fran last week. I gave out Atlanta and then ended up really liking San Fran. So I don't know if I was just ready to be done looking at games by the time I hit Sunday night or what. But I do think San Fran got up for the Fred Warner injury. I do think he's a huge piece of that team. Almost like the injured quarterback, but, on the defensive side of the ball. So I really think that helped them. And then obviously Atlanta off the emotional big win. But I don't think the team gets up twice for the Fred Warner injury. I think their win last week will kind of settle them back down, maybe let them take a breath here. So, yeah, I like the Texans a lot. Also, San Fran, 3 weeks on the road now in their last 4, including a Thursday night game. So just a lot of travel, and when you don't have a ton of depth, it means a little bit more for those guys who are playing. So, yeah, unfortunately, I love the Texans this week.
This was out of conference too.
Yes, road game out of conference, lowest importance.
Yeah,
good point.
Absolutely.
Good point.
Thank you. The Cleveland Browns head to New England to face Patriots. Patriots 7-point home favorites. Over/under set at 40.5. Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me, guys. Cleveland money line.
Wow.
Come on now. This Cleveland defense, they've been legit. New England, I mean, they whooped up on the Titans. Both these teams, I believe, scored 31 points last week. Had pretty good defensive efforts. You know what was kind of funny, too? I had the New England Patriots defense, and because I dropped a bunch of guys and just added a whole bunch, I accidentally added both the Patriots and Cleveland Browns defense. Had to pick one. The answer was either one of them because both these dudes balled out last week. I picked the wrong one, though. I believe I picked the Patriots. But I think that I'm going to give the Browns at the +7. I love it. I think the Browns win this one outright in New England against a Drake May that's getting, can we just say glazed like Mahomes right now? Chris Collinsworth, Mahomes glaze a little bit on Drake May. That's my 2 cents. What do you think, Ethan?
Yeah, if we're talking glaze, Baker's not getting any now. I thought he was going to be the MVP, but anyway. Um, yeah, I like the call, Ben, and I won't go very long because I don't have a huge opinion, but I kind of agree. I like Cleveland plus the points. It wouldn't shock me if they went outright. Think the Patriots are overvalued at this point. 4 straight wins, 5 of their last 6, last 3 on the road. I'll bring out betting strategy that I use in the MLB a lot. A team returning home off of a winning road trip. Patriots just won 3 straight on the road. Started off by a Bills win. So, yeah, I don't really love the spot here. Feels like a breathe easy letdown spot for the Patriots. You get a really good defense catching a full touchdown in Cleveland right before their bye week as well. Could go into the bye at 3-5, which is a hell of a lot better than 2-6 if they get this win. So give me Cleveland plus the points. Yeah, I like your ballsy outright call. I'll second that. Wouldn't shock me if Cleveland wins.
No. Yeah, this is going to be my favorite underplay of the week, which is pretty it is the lowest total of the week, so it's probably not fantastic. But like you said, Ben, both teams scored 31 last week. The over-under is at 40.5, so love the under. This is going to be my no touchdown game. It hasn't hit yet this year. I don't know if it ever will, but it could be a $5 to win, I don't know, $300. So no touchdowns in the game. But yeah, if it's going to be a low-scoring game, you're going to have to take the team at the touchdown dog. So I do like Cleveland as well. I could definitely see them winning this game outright. The Patriots are kind of, I don't know. They lost to the Raiders, who are not good. They blow out the Titans. They blow out the Panthers. They struggle against the Saints. I think they're going to go back to struggling here. So yeah, give me Cleveland at the +7. I love it. And like I said, really like the under in this game for two teams that have had really high scoring games pretty much throughout the season. Definitely the Patriots. So like the under, no touchdown score in Cleveland at the +7.
Dude, I love it. I thought I was going to get mag dumped. Apparently, we're just mag dumping into the air, man. We're all riding all these Browns together. Let's go.
Dude, if we had Agreement Island this year, we wouldn't even have to film this episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like 40 minutes of us just bullshitting and then 3 minutes of us talking about the games. Guys, we're going to talk about Miami Dolphins versus the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons 7.5-point home favorites, over under set at 44.5. You called them. You called them to lose outright to the Niners, as they did. Now they're over a touchdown favorites against stinky-ass fish. What do you think, Wyatt?
Yeah, they lost to the Browns last week.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. This team's bad. Yeah, they got absolutely. I don't even know how he still has a job, McDaniel. I seriously don't understand. So, I think Miami's a sinking ship. I think half their team wants out. Stay tuned for our Mount Rushmore. We talk about trades. I think everyone wants out of Miami. So I think a lot of the guys are up for a trade block there. Yeah, this team sucks. I'm not throwing any money on Miami ever. I don't care if they're the sharp side or whatnot. I'm going to take the Falcons. Probably won't bet it, but there's no way in hell I'm back in Capri wearing sinking ship Miami. Can't do it. So give me Falcons at the +7.5.
Yeah,
-7.5.
Yeah. I'm the biggest fool in the room. I thought Miami could actually hang within 8.5 on a teaser. Thought no way could they allow the Browns to put up over 17 for the first time this season. Well, they did. Yeah, only way I could lean is the Falcons because Dolphins had no heart. They looked like they quit. Their coach is just probably shouldn't even say the words I'm thinking in my head on the show, but the dude's a moron. I don't know how he still has a job. It's absolutely mind-blowing. He couldn't the guy's awful. So obviously the team does not want to play for him. The team doesn't want to play at all. Tyreek Hill was just praising God when he got injured, seriously injured, because he didn't have to play for that shit team anymore. So there's no way I could back the Dolphins. Even if they're the sharpest side in the world, I need some fight from a team, and they show me nothing. So, yeah, that team's ass. I'll just by default take the Falcons, and I'll probably just take every team against the Dolphins for the rest of the year until McDaniel's gone.
Guys, I feel bad for McDaniels. I feel bad for him. Like, listen, hear me out. I know I see you looking at me, Ethan. Hear me out.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Feel bad for Sirianni too.
Hey, let me get it out. He already accepted a job, but they said we need you to start within 2 weeks. You have to put in your 2 weeks notice today. He only has a week left. He's getting nervous. That's why they're playing so bad, because he accepted a job at Jimmy John's. He said, dude, his offense was freaky fast. He had Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. He's got to make these sandwiches. He's the assistant general manager at the local Jimmy John's. Man, this is a cold cut heavy episode. Sorry about that, guys. But he's getting close. I don't know how he's still got a job coaching the Dolphins. I really don't. He said, did you guys see that video? I don't think it was AI, where he said, I don't think we throw 10 interceptions this week. Talking about Tua. I swear to God. I didn't see the little Sora thing, but he said it like underneath his breath. He's like, I don't think we throw 10 interceptions this week. It's like, Atlanta's played really good defense this year. You might. I'm with you guys.
I will say, every interview I've seen with him, I don't know if it's real or AI. Literally everyone.
He did apply to Jersey Mike's as well. And when they asked them, how are you going to make it Mike's way? He said, he's just going to sit on it and stare at it and cry at it and wear capris while he makes it. And that wasn't enough to get the job. So I'm glad he got it at Jimmy John's.
Something about people being allergic to mango vape. That he couldn't blow it and do vape tricks on people's sandwiches. Mike's not down with that. Yeah, I'm with you guys. Falcons -7.5. You guys ready to talk about one more game before halftime? Yes, Ethan.
Also, I have to say, I did hear today that the sharp bettors early in the week went out and smashed the Dolphins +7 just to drive that line down to 6.5, and came back and hammered Atlanta -6.5. So,
really?
Yes, I heard that.
Dude, that's awesome.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Guys, we're talking about the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles 7.5 point home favorites. Over under set at 43.5. Ethan, I'm gonna let you start with this one, but I feel like this is such an obvious trap.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be Philly for me here. And I'm still debating if I'm going to play this one or not, but Philly obviously has struggled the last couple of weeks. They did go out and get the big win against the Vikings last week. Obviously just played the Giants 2 weeks ago, lost to them outright Thursday Night Football. So, you could say revenge, but it's also a team that they've just dominated the last, I don't even know how long. So I don't know if, there's necessarily a ton of revenge for Philly, but it is a quick turnaround. I mean, they haven't even had time to forget that loss. So that probably plays into their favor. I'm just looking to fade the Giants. I kind of wish they would have won outright last week. We would have been getting a better number here. But they're a really fun story. A team that I kind of find myself rooting for. I do like their pieces, but Dable, sucks. The fact that they lost that game would almost be enough for me to consider firing Dable on the spot, because I don't know how you go and lose that. And he's just never been a good coach at all without Josh Allen. So, yeah, it would have to be Philly in this spot here. I heard a stat, too. I think teams who lost game one, who play each other within a 3-week span since I don't even know when, was like 26-13 or something against the spread. So it'd be Philly here. I think Philly's just ultimately the better team. Public will likely line up on the Giants because they are kind of America's darling right now. So still debating if I'll get there with the Eagles or not, but that is the side I'm liking.
Yeah, I am right there with you. It's probably public. It's probably a trap. Really quick revenge game. Eagles are pissed. They're embarrassed on prime time on Thursday night, losing to the same Giants team. It's got to be the Eagles. I think they honestly pound them. We also saw the Giants have one of the biggest blown leads ever in NFL history, 19-0 going into fourth. Apologies for all the underbettors in that game because it was a public week and there was 50 points scored in the fourth quarter, 40 points scored in the fourth quarter. So apologies to you there. But, I think Philly dog walks them. I think it's going to be like 34-10.
Yeah, I could see it.
I just agree with you guys so much. Who's taking Philly -7.5? I mean, you get the Giants who already blew them out, like you guys said just a little bit ago, +7.5, and all the Scatabo memes, the Jackson Dart memes that are going around. Everybody's going to want to take the Giants. Oh, Giants should have won that game. This is a game where they're mad. They're going to come in pissed off and beat the Eagles. Nah. This feels like an absolute trap. It's a gross one, but we're all on them.
I bet Ricky's on the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 100%. Big Giants guy.
Ricky loves Scranboo.
Chicago Bears versus the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are back, presumably with Lamar. Presumably, I believe this is the word I was trying to say there. Minus 6.5 point home favorites. Over under set at 49.5. Ethan, I'm gonna have you start with this one because you were telling people about this game. I think even before you left for New York, that this line was going to change. What have you seen?
Yeah. I mean, I just can't quit Baltimore, and I already bet them. I got 5.5. It's up to 6.5. I expected it to go closer to like 9, maybe 8.5. So it hasn't moved quite like I thought it would. I'm a little less confident that Lamar is going to play. When I placed the bet on, I think, Sunday, I was pretty sure Lamar would be in. Now, he's limited today. Don't know as much, but, even if Lamar's out, you just got to think the bye was absolutely needed for the Ravens. I don't think they sold that Rams game out like I know some people were kind of saying they might have. I don't think they necessarily gave in on that game, but to get the bye week, to get healthy, off 4 straight losses with all the expectations coming into the season. Now they're at home against the Bears. They haven't been on the road since they played Kansas City. So that's, going on a month ago. Just a very advantageous part of their schedule. And then I'm just looking to fade the Bears. I mean, this team hasn't lost since September 14th to the Lions. This team's not good. They're actually not even close to good. They're actually very bad.
Beat the Saints.
Yeah. Beat the Saints, beat the Cowboys, worst defense in the NFL, second worst defense in the NFL, maybe worst. Beat the Raiders, congrats. Beat the Commanders, who I'm not high on, out of a bye. I'm just so ready to sell high on these Bears. I thought 5.5 was a nice line. I hope it goes over a touchdown. I hope Lamar gets confirmed, but yeah, I just think I think the Ravens are gonna kind of be a force to be reckoned with the rest of the way, especially once Lamar is back. Ready to sell on the Bears. So I took the 5.5 with the Ravens. 6.5, I'll still lean that way.
Yeah, I'll keep this one quick. Also on the Ravens is a must-win game. I agree. The Bears are ass. Usually, quarterback coming back would make me want to take Chicago. And again, I'm just trying not to get into as much of looking at the lines and looking at the public and stuff like that. So, yeah, it might be public to take the Ravens with Lamar, but I honestly think it's like I said, must-win game. If you're taking a dog on the spread, you might as well hope that they can win. And I don't think the Bears have a chance to win this game. So give me the Ravens, and hopefully they get it done in easy fashion.
See, my worry here is how bad that Ravens defense looked. But Caleb Williams has not looked very good either. That plus 6.5, I feel like the Bears could win this one outright, but something's telling me this is going to be a Ravens blowout. And I know, just talking with you guys, just in the group chats and stuff, I think you guys are right. I'm going to listen to what you guys have to say today. I think I'm going to be on Baltimore with you guys at the minus 6.5. That's a scary number to me against the Bears, but I feel like Bears are going to win outright or the Ravens are going to blow them out. I feel like that there's no in between here. So I will go with Baltimore. They're at home too. Yeah. You give me Baltimore here. Oh, God. Okay. NFC South, Bucks at Saints. Saints plus 4.5. Over under set at 46.5. I mean, the Bucks are so banged up. Mike Evans got injured twice. He got injured, he came back, and he went on IR. What can you say about the Bucks at this point? Wyatt, I'll send it to you first. Do you think the Saints cover this, and is there a chance they win outright?
Give me the over here. Love the over. Like Rashid Shaheed touchdown, like Tez Johnson touchdown. So give me the over. But I think the Bucks probably win this game by under 3. So that unfortunately puts me on the Saints at the plus 4.5. Don't love it. I'll probably be betting the over. Like I said, I love Rashid Shaheed touchdown. I'm starting him in fantasy. I'm also starting Tez Johnson in fantasy. So hopefully those guys can ball out. And I know Tampa Bay did not look great against Detroit. Detroit, like I said, is, in my opinion, is still the best team in the NFL. A little biased there, but I think it's not the craziest thing to say. No. But yeah, I'll take the Saints plus 4.5. I think the Bucks probably get it done by a late field goal.
Yeah, I'll keep it fairly short too. I like the Saints as well. Probably won't bet it because I don't want to have my money on the Saints, but I think the line is very telling. Tampa Bay has a bye on deck where they can get healthy, kind of like the Ravens hopefully did over their bye week. Off a really tough loss at Detroit, Tampa. They've kind of been not a rivalry, but they've played each other a lot in the last few years, including a playoff game. So that was a big game for Tampa. They've had to travel 3 of the last 4 weeks. They had to go all the way out to Seattle, back to Tampa, up to Detroit, now to New Orleans. So just don't like the spot here for Tampa. I think the line is pretty telling with New Orleans.
This is probably the one I've been going back and forth with the most, because part of me says like this is a good Baker Mayfield bounce back spot after they scored 9 points, looked horrible against the Lions. Now I get to go face a much more pedestrian Saints team. But I think you guys made good enough points. I think I will be on the Saints. Also, Olave's been healthy this year. They've looked pretty good. They did a lot of splitting with Kendre Miller. Now it looks like he's on IR. So Kamara said you don't want to get traded. Okay, buddy. You're going to be in for a lot of work now. So, yeah, give me the Saints to get it done at home, at least with the 4.5. So that's going to be Agreement Island. Another round of Saints.
Yep.
Guys, talk about the Titans versus the Colts. Colts 14-point favorites, the highest favorites of the week. Over-under set at 47.5. Wyatt, what do you think about this one, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I usually hate taking heavy favorites against the worst teams in the NFL, but I mean, Colts have made their living this year beating crap teams and beating them bad. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the Titans already by 21 points. They beat the Raiders, murdered the Raiders. Good win against the Chargers, who's not bad. They beat the Cardinals, who suck. So they've made their 6-1 record off of crap teams. So not one great win. Maybe the Chargers, and then lost to the Rams. Maybe the Broncos when they won by 1. But yeah, I think the Colts are going to keep rolling, and I'm gonna fade them at some point. But I'm not going to fade them against the Titans. This is a game where Tennessee sucks as always, and the Colts roll. So yeah, usually I'd be all over the dog here, but I don't feel like backing Tennessee, and I've lost already enough money on Indy. So just give me them to keep beating these crap teams and covering the 14 points.
Yeah, lean Titans, but easy pass game. Don't want to back the Colts. I think there's just no value backing them. They're like the Lions last year where they just kept winning, and they're probably going to keep covering, but I just couldn't find any value. I'll lean the Titans. Yeah, like Wyatt said, Titans already lost by 21 to the Colts earlier in the year. Looks pretty easy that now at home, the Colts will probably do the same thing. They could. I'll lean the Titans, but definitely no bet in that game for me.
Yeah, I hate this one. I'm on the Colts here. Nasty line, but it's one of those that makes me think, how high could they possibly get this line? And like, if they kept it low, would that have just been like too much public flooding in, and then they just end up losing their ass? So at minus 14, that's going to keep a lot of people off of it. I think I'll be with Wyatt here. I'd take the minus 14. Absolutely hate it, but I mean, Titans, they were bad before they got real banged up. Now they're down a couple players, potentially without Ridley again. Yeah, the vibes are bad. Oh, also fired their head coach. They're not doing the Mike McDaniels treatment. So, and then you can't say that this is a get-up game, because that was, I believe, last week was their get-up game where they got blown out.
Yep.
So we'll see how this week's go, right?
Dude, they got up for it. They're up 10.
What was the end score of that game?
No matter. They started up 10-0, I think. Got up and then let down very soon after.
You're telling me you don't bet first quarter money lines?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys? Guys, we got the Cowboys heading to Denver to face the Broncos. Broncos 3.5-point home favorites. Over-under set at 50.5. Ethan, what do you think here, dude?
Again, not one I'm really looking to play, but I think the line is right on Denver. I kind of like the Broncos in this game, and I just don't think the Cowboys are that good. We saw them have a big win against the Commanders last week, 44-22. I also don't think the Commanders are that good. Cowboys defense, they're very hard for me to ever back the Cowboys because that defense is just so atrocious. I think that the big win last week for Denver could go one of two ways. I'm going to bank on that it kind of unites this team and really gives them energy going into this week. Now they get just a really easy defense. They stay home, They were at home against the Giants last week at the stay home for this one. I think Denver's just way better here. I think their defense, I know they gave up 32 points, but it's still a very good defense. I think they get after Dak. They can probably score very easily against this defense of Dallas. So I'm going to lean Denver minus the points. That's probably one of my stronger leans that I probably won't end up playing, but I do like Denver.
Yeah, I kind of want to take the Cowboys, but I'm going to go back to what I think is the sharp side, and I do think it is Denver as well. So I'll take Denver. Don't want a whole lot of talk about it. If I do bet on this game, I'll be betting props, probably Bo Nix over passing yards, hopefully freaking Cortland into the end zone. So maybe Cortland Sutton touchdown. Dallas's defense is atrocious, especially their secondary. So, hopefully Bo Nix goes off and Sutton gets in the end zone. But, not in love with this game. Fishy line. Dallas is kind of getting some traction back. Sure, they beat the very bad Commanders team that had all their wide receivers out. They had Mariota in, who threw a pick six on his first or second pass of the game. So, decent win, but it's just a really, really banged up and not great Commanders team. So I'll give it to Denver, even though they've looked like ass multiple times this year. Looked like ass last week. Looked like ass 2 weeks ago where they beat the Jets by 2. Looked like ass against the Chargers. So I'll go Denver, but not super proud of that.
Wyatt, break out the cat food and pickles for Ricky, man. He is a big Cowboys fan this week. They just beat up on the Commanders. Are you kidding me with Jaden Daniels? He played in that game, right? I believe
the
so.
Whole game.
Yeah.
Wait, not
and
the Commanders
played and Scary Terry got in.
Were they in the NFC Championship last year?
Yeah.
What?
Hey, Denver almost lost to the Giants. They're so bad, bro. They're so bad. And also,
in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, letdown spot for Denver. Big letdown spot this week. You got it. See, I already know why it's going to include that. Let's go. Ricky's unfortunately losing a unit on that, guys, because I'm with you right here. Denver Broncos absolutely is the side. Dallas, just when I was looking at this game, it made me think of Ricky. This kind of seems like a trap game. So Denver minus the 3.5. Also, if you can bet on it, if you can find a book out there, George Pickens ejection this game for fighting with Surtain. They're gonna double up CD, put Surtain on Mr. Pickens. A little bit of seatbelt sellies. That man's going through a wall. Hey, Aaron Rodgers revenge game, guys. The Green Bay Packers head to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers. Steelers 3-point home dogs. Aaron Rodgers, a dog against the Packers. See, like he's grabbing the pin. He's grabbing the pin. Over under 45.5. Yeah, give me the Packers here -3. Much better team. Oh man, this Steelers team. Hey, what if somebody tackles him like his own lineman does? He's gonna lose it. He's gonna lose it on his own guy. He's gonna lose it on Rashawn Gary. He's gonna lose it on Micah Parsons. Yeah, I know Rodgers wants this game bad, but as Stephen A would say, lay off the weed, man. This is too doped up in Pittsburgh to focus. Give me Green Bay minus the 3. I bet they win this game by a touchdown or more. What do you think, Ethan?
Fraud alert. Fraud alert. Fraud alert. Both teams. Fraud.
Yeah.
Green Bay should have lost last week. Green Bay should have lost to, the Cowboys. Green Bay is not that good either, but holy hell. Pittsburgh's not good at all. Biggest fraud 4-2 team ever. I hate this team. It's Green Bay all day long. I can't wait to hit Green Bay. -3. Luckily, the Aaron Rodgers revenge game is going to give the public side to Pittsburgh because otherwise it probably would be public on Green Bay. But, yeah, so many people are going to be backing Aaron Rodgers to get the win here. Tomlin as a home dog, primetime home dog, good defense. Yeah, news for you. They don't have a good defense, really at all. Yeah, this is Green Bay is so much better. Green Bay is not even that good, and they're so much better than Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is probably like a bottom 10, 12 team in the league. at 4-2. They're not
you just
good.
made Shitty Cat so mad.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I'm so anti-Steelers. This team's bad. They're not making the playoffs. They're going under their 8.5 win total. I promise you. This team is not good whatsoever. Also, Aaron Rodgers, he wants this game. Does he? Does Aaron Rodgers want anything, really?
Good point.
Does he? No, he doesn't. That dude don't care. It'd be cool for him to get the win, but it's not like a Stafford trying to get a win against Detroit who actually eats, breathes, and sleeps football. Rodgers doesn't probably care as much as what we're making it up to be. I love Green Bay in this game. Give me Green Bay minus the points. Steelers are frauds.
Yeah, if I write down a Ricky bet, that means I am going 100% against that. So I'll keep it real short. Give me Green Bay. I think they destroy Aaron. Again, going probably back to the Micah sack, going to Rashawn Gary sack. I think they're going to get after Aaron and make his life hell. So, yeah, Ricky's big on the Steelers, so give me the Hackers.
I just have to say, too, because I'm so anti-Jalen Ramsey, and I always have been, the announcers just sucking off Jalen Ramsey like, this is such a great matchup, Ramsey and Chase. Chase had 16 catches for 161 yards and a touchdown. Show me a great matchup. I know Jalen's old, but, my God. Slay, too. Love Slay, but got cooked.
Good points, man. Good points. Let's move on to Monday night here. Commanders versus the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium, the loudest stadium in the NFL. I was so mad at you guys since Seattle was loud. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The announcers do that every time there's a game in Seattle. It's the loudest stadium. Oh my God. You should just go on Twitter after that happens. Chiefs fans get so triggered, which, I'm one of them. But Chris R. just subscribed. Thank you, Chris, for subscribing. We absolutely appreciate it, buddy.
Must not be a Steelers fan.
Dude, good point. Good point. I'm so happy I got that widget working on my end now, too. But Commanders versus the Chiefs, 12.5-point home favorites, over-under set at 46.5. Guys, this is kind of the same line we saw against the Raiders. Can they do it against the Commanders, too? I absolutely think they can. Mariota's going to be the starter. It looks like McLaurin is going to be back. Debo and McLaurin, they're both saying is trending in the right direction. So I'm going to go with they're going to be back. I just think Mariota can do enough to cover the 12.5. That's where I'm at. I think Washington's able to cover it. Don't think they win. I think the Chiefs get the outright win, but this is probably, the Chiefs win by 4-7 maybe. And it's I'm nervous the whole time. What do you think, Ethan?
Unfortunately, I love Washington in this game. Don't think they win outright. I think the Chiefs win, but I just think the 12.5 is way too many points.
Yeah.
I like Mariota. I really do as a backup. He looked good last week against Dallas, outside of the pick six to Bland, but that was also him getting thrown into the fire without really prepping for. He prepped for him, but didn't really think he'd get in the game. Now he has the week to prep for Kansas City, and it's hard to just really know what Kansas City's want level is going to be in this game.
Yeah.
Every game they've played so far has been huge. They've had the Brazil game against the Chargers, the Super Bowl rematch, Sunday Night Football with the Giants, the Ravens, who, that was coming into the season, everyone was Ravens.
Yep.
Just shrugging off the Chiefs. That's a big game for them. Monday night Jags, Lions Sunday night, divisional Raiders. And now it's an out of conference. It is Monday night, so it's still a big game, and they have Buffalo on deck.
Right.
I just don't know how much the Chiefs are gonna, go blow out Washington. They were able to half-ass their way to a 31-0 win against the Raiders. And I'm not high on Washington, but they are quite a bit better than Vegas. So I just think it's too many points. I actually kind of prefer Mariota right now over Daniels. I think Daniels is just getting figured out. And I think Mariota's gives them a better chance to compete. Probably not win outright, but at least compete in this game. And especially if McLaurin's back. I heard Austin Eckler could be on his way back as well. I just think Commanders.
Austin Eckler?
I think.
I thought Eckler was out for the season. Am I wrong?
Is he?
He blew up his knee. So.
No, he blew his Achilles, didn't he?
Oh, it might have been.
Not the Achilles. Not the Achilles talk again.
I think it was. Yeah, you're right. I did hear that today, but you're right. He is out for the year. Anyway, running backs don't matter, so I don't even know why I brought that up.
Right.
But yeah, yeah, I just think, again, I'm as anti-Commanders as probably anybody this year, but it is a team that was just in the NFC Championship. It feels like we're just really discounting them with 12.5 points. So I'll take Washington to cover.
I'll be the dark horse here. I usually would love betting on a backup quarterback. Marcus Mariota is so freaking bad. He's bad everywhere he goes. He's terrible in the preseason. Marcus Mariota is ass. Might as well throw to the other team. That's what he does anyways, but he's terrible. So, yeah, I'll take a shot on Kansas City simply because Mariota is garbage. Trash. I bet on him too many times in the preseason because, again, he looks like a great backup quarterback. He's so freaking bad. He's so bad. Give me the freaking Chiefs. This guy's ass.
Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry Rice, touchdowns galore. Week after week, always asking for more. Bling on the wrist, got the books on the floor. Listen in, cash out, pay just swelling. Plays on the field, see me winning, never dwelling. Flagged on Vegas, they know what I'm selling. NFL bets keep the cheesy compelling. Flexing on the haters, can't touch my score. Money like Jerry.